Hey Jackals! In my previous video, I used the lightning node to add a simple lightning effect to a video clip that you can also use as a nice effect. But two questions popped into my head. Can I use the effect in a 3D scene, and can I use it with audio clips? And the answer is yes, as you can see right now. So if you want to have the lightning effect be affected by audio, I'll show you how to do that, and then I'll also quickly show you how to use it in a 3D scene. First, you'll want to go into the media pool, right click, make a new fusion composition, create it, put it onto a timeline, select it, put the playhead over it, and go into the fusion page. Now, if you want to use this with audio, the audio file has to be a WAV file. I'll quickly show you how to do that. This one is MP3. If you want to have this as a WAV file, you'll have to go into the delivery page under the video, uncheck export, then go to the audio tab. The format will be WAV, and in case you can't click the add to render queue, in this case I have the audio track muted, and you have to go back into the edit page, unmute it, and then you'll be able to add it to the queue. Then once you add it, simply render the audio out. Then once you have the audio, you can use the MP3 in the edit page. You can also adjust the fusion composition, so it's as long as the actual audio clip, and then I'll simply go into the fusion composition. Now why do you need the WAV file? Well, because you need the plugin, and the plugin takes in the WAV file. The plugin in question is Suckless Audio, and it's available on Reactor. So instead of linking you this page, I'll simply link you this one, so you can install Reactor. Once it's installed, the window will pop up, but if you have to open it for a second time, you can find it right here. And this will take some time to open up. Then once it's opened up, you can simply type in the plugin name. In this case it's audio, and the one that you need is Suckless Audio. Now how to actually connect it and how to use it. We'll be using the lightning. So we have the lightning. If you display it, nothing shows up, and that's because it needs something, and that something will be background in this case. Now we have a black background and white lightning. If you want to change this, you'll simply add the background node, connect it just like this. This background has to have alpha 1, and then you can change the color of the actual lightning. Then add some glow effects, this glow and a soft glow. Then you can change the actual lightning, so change the position, the starting and the end position. Let's see what you want to change. We want to use some branching, so we can do it like this. Now in the lightning node, you can connect the audio plugin to any of these libraries. I've applied it to only one, but you can apply it to multiple of them. So in this case, maybe you want to add it to the thickness tapering, or maybe the detail, who knows, it's up to you. So I'll right click on the thickness tapering and go to modify width and find audio wave. The modifier shows up in the inspector tab, so click on it. As you can see, all of these nodes are red, and that's because we have no input file, and the file that we need is a WAV file, so that's why we made it. Select browse, find the file, in this case it's this one, and now we have all of these nodes lit up again, and as you can see, this works as we maybe intended it to. If it doesn't, you can simply use these options. This will make it behave differently, so you'll just have to play around based on the audio file that you use, and you can also use different modes. Maybe also adjust the offset by a tiny bit, if that is something that you need. Now let's see the effect. I think it looks okay. If we needed to, we could simply fade it out at the end. At the moment it's visible because, well, this is being cached. Now if you want to apply this to a 3D space, you can think of this as an image, and you can apply any image to an image plane 3D. So this is now in the 3D space, and we can also use a camera connect it like so, render this out, and connect it to the media out. So media out on the right, we don't see anything. Now use the merge on the left. We don't see anything because the camera is in the same plane as the image of the lightning. So you have to position the camera back. So you can do it like this. Then you can also use the image plane. Go to the transform and do some of the rotations. Maybe you want to extend it to make it look like it's longer than it is. You can also adjust the scale. And then what we could also do is in the 3D space or the 2D space. So you could use a duplicate node. In this case it's duplicate 3D because this is still the 3D space. If I wanted to do it in the 2D space, I would have to do it after the render node. So duplicate, you can adjust how many copies you want. You can adjust the offset, or you can just adjust the angle. Now in this case the lightning is okay at this point, but it goes off the screen at the top and at the bottom. And a quick fix for that is to adjust the camera position. So if I display it and just position this back, so we have everything in the screen again. And then you can also adjust the offset in the duplicate node if you want to have everything nicer looking. Now if you want this to be transparent, you can leave it as is. If you want to have it as a black background or any other background, you won't change it in this node because everything messes up. So simply add the background node at the end. Make sure that the background is in the yellow input. So with the merge selected, Ctrl T to switch between the inputs, and then you can simply change the background to whatever you want it to be. I'll simply leave it as black. And now let's see what we ended up with. It looks okay, but in this case I have some issues with the cache. So I would have to go back in, maybe purge the cache, and also maybe select the clip, go to playback, delete render cache and selected clips. So this would render again without any issues at the end. So let's see if that's actually the case. And it is. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to get DaVinci Resolve and video editing content twice a week, and hit the bell notification icon so you know when my next video comes out. I'm Simon, and until next time, Jackals, keep it digital.